Pilates teachers and studio owners, our journey towards success is paved by discipline, strategic choices, and the occasional tough decision. Drawing inspiration from successful entrepreneurs, here is how you can develop these strategies to put forth into your business and achieve similar successes. If we haven't met before, my name's Anita Horry. I am Pilates teacher trainer and Pilates business mentor for those amazing Pilates teachers and studio owners who want to thrive, who are winners, who really want to succeed in their business, and I am here to serve you. So let's start with the first discipline. So the first discipline talks all about no school nights approach. Now, the no school nights approach talks about how we really should be treating our business as preparing for a very difficult exam the following morning. And if you were to take on an exam at school or college, you're not going to go out there and party and just think that everything's going to be hunky-dory. You need to be doing the work. So during the week, I specifically make it my time for work. Strategically, it's my time to work. And I've got an exam and I've got a plan and I've got to go and really focus in on what I need to be doing to be able to pass that exam. That is called my business. So every day in my business, I am preparing for that exam. I'm preparing to create something that's going to be useful. And I want to pass my business life like I wanted to pass my exams in college. Have you ever thought, I'm never going to put effort into my exams and I'm going to be doing brilliantly? If you were, you've been damn lucky, because at the end of the day, you know that hard work achieves huge results. And this is exactly the same strategy and the same thought process you need to be taking in running your own Pilates studio. For example, my schedule is set a week, if not weeks in advance. And I know that if I have specific things that I'm planning, like when I was doing my teacher training programs, when I was doing any kind of workshop, or even preparing for my retreats, I would be planning set specific times in the evening when I know I'm not teaching or outside my teaching hours that I really have to focus on creating this content, on focusing on creating more value to my clients. And now what does that mean? It means that you might say no to specific invitations during the week. You might have friends that say, let's go out, there's an event on, there's specific things. You don't know how many times I've had to decline invitations where I was invited to special events and some amazing cultural and art events, and I missed out because I was on that mode, the work mode. So if I am on the build mode and the work mode, I know that I'm going to be achieving results. And there's no distractions in the build mode. If you were building a house and you had a builder that would come to you, say like, one day I'll come, one day I won't, tonight I've got to go out, or tomorrow I've got to go to this event, and it's so frustrating because you know that it's never going to get done. Same with your business. If you're in build mode, you have to focus and get active. And that means that you're going to have to say no to many events that are going to happen that maybe might distract you and pull you away from that focus, from that strategy. But trust me, it really helps. Get yourself planning, strategic planning, really focus. No school night. I am not going to go out during the week. This is my focus. This is my build time. This is my business build time. Have you heard of the Pomodoro effect? So this is all about strategic time planning. Sorry guys, I take my tea with milk. I love milk with my tea. That comes from my British roots, I guess, and from the time I was living in the UK. And this is my favorite part of the day, drinking my tea with milk. So let's go back to the strategic planning. So time management is a huge part of successful people. If you've never heard of the Pomodoro effect, by the way, the Pomodoro effect is a strategy that was developed by a student, Francesco Cirillo, I think. I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name, or actually he might be Francesco Cirillo, Italiano. And basically this guy came up with the technique of chunking down his times to 25 minutes and he found that in the 25 minutes time blocks, he got the most creative, the less distracted, and the most effective and productive. And this technique has been used in business for many years now. It's been happening since the 1980s or 1990s. But this is a very, very specific technique where you really hone in, chunk down 25-minute blocks, and you really focus on getting specific tasks done. So obviously, if you're teaching, you're not going to be taking this particular approach, but for anything else other than teaching and for running your business, imagine using this technique and saying, in these 25-minute blocks, I need to be finishing this particular thing. I want to be answering all my emails. I want to be answering all my clients. I want to make sure that the schedule is set properly, or I want to be able to create this particular part of my chapter if I'm writing a book or if I'm creating a course or whatever that might be. I know that I'm using this chunk of time without getting distracted, and I know that I'm going to be creative and effective. And the most important thing is getting things done. Now, on the flip side to that, just imagine if you had to be distracted for 25 minutes and you had to focus on something that is non-productive. If you know that you are being distracted by speaking to clients about non-important stuff, okay, you'd say, but hang on, I need to be sociable, I need to be pleasant to my clients. Absolutely, I'm not asking you to be a bitch to your clients. I want you to be aware that all this time that you are taking chatting to clients about non-productive stuff is actually distracting you and pulling you away from other stuff that's going to help you make more money in your business. Now, if you give yourself time in the studio, if you're there all day, make sure you have chunking out times, 25-minute blocks where you know, I am going to do this task. And it will really help you. Now, if you are being distracted by other stuff in that 25-minute chunk of time, then you know you're not being productive and you're actually losing money in your business. So imagine how many non-productive emails have you answered, or have you been on social media, or maybe if you're on social media and you're not learning, if you're only on social media just to pass your time, just to chill, and feel that, yes, this is something that I like, I enjoy doing because it helps me wind down, then find something more productive to wind down. Go and do some meditation, go and do another exercise. Getting on social media is actually a real big drain for your brain. You might also be distracted by notifications on WhatsApp, on whatever, Messenger, whatever, any other message that is non-urgent. I have switched off my notifications a long time ago, and I cannot look back. It has been an absolute game changer for me. Where I used to answer messages straight away, now I allow myself a specific period of my day where I know that I'm going to be answering messages, and that gets me to do so much more in my day. So try that. Try getting rid of your notifications, switch them off from your phone. Make sure that you only answer emails specific times. Make sure that you only answer calls in specific times. You know, nothing is dead urgent. And if something's super urgent, that person will know how to get through to you. Now, these things, these times that you're losing, all this time that you're losing and getting distracted, is not only impeding you and investing your time in something a little bit more productive, but it's also restricting you from growing your business to the level that you want it to be. Next issue is all about setting clear boundaries. And how many times have I even mentioned the power of saying no and having absolute clear boundaries with your people. Now, that might be boundaries with your clients, that might be boundaries with your staff, it might be boundaries with your family even. Making sure that you can say no, 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 and no for anything that is not going to be effective for you, that's not going to be empowering for you, that's not going to be giving you any value or giving anything that you value, like your business, like your family life, like your personal time on your own. Learn to say no, set these boundaries, because it really will change your life. You don't know how many times I've had to say no in order to keep my business alive and to grow and to help it thrive. And this is how I built my 6-figure business. It was the only way I could do it, and actually saying no to things, no to people, no to invitations, no to specific requests that were not in line with my personal values and my business values. So yes, you might say to me, oh my God, I'm an introvert, I can't say no, I don't know how to say that, or I'm an empath. Man, we're all empaths. We are all empaths. As Pilates teachers, that's what draws us to teach in the first place. We want to help others. That's ingrained in us. But learning to say no is going to help you grow. It's going to help you grow within yourself, and you're going to be so proud of yourself. So there's absolutely no way that you can build a business, a 6 or 7 or even an 8-figure business, if you're going to keep saying yes to things that don't align with you. And most of the time, people's priorities or people's worth of your time is nothing like what you believe is your worth. So you know that people won't value you as much. They won't value your time as much because for them, you're not a priority. You should really give yourself that care, that respect to say, no, I can't do this. I have to do this for myself. And I'm going to touch on something really, really important here for us, especially as Pilates teachers. We have this idea of helping people and being of service, and this is absolutely true for every single Pilates teacher that I've met. I've never actually met anybody that wanted to become a Pilates teacher because they wanted to make money. I know all the Pilates teachers that come across my life have always done it because they want to see the same benefit in other people that has happened to them. They want to give it to other people, and they want to see it in other people. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely amazing that we come from that place. But if we're trying to build a business, we need to start switching minds. We need to start switching our mentality to think, hang on a minute, I am also here to run a business. I've got a family to feed. I've got plans, I've got visions, and I've got dreams. And in those dreams means that I have to stay focused and engaged in my business. And in staying focused, I might have to say no to things that are not going to bring me value and to distractions. That's important. Switch that mindset. Honestly, this is going to be a huge game changer for you. And then it comes about hello, gorgeous. And then it comes about creating a build mode mindset, which means that you have to focus on growth. So whatever you're doing, you need to focus on growing your business and growing yourself. And that means that you're forever learning on how to improve your techniques or on how to improve your business. And when you think about how to improve your techniques, what do? You take teacher training courses, don't you? When you are building your business, what do? What activities do you engage in to learn more how to build a business? Effective and powerful entrepreneurs know how to manage feedback constructively. Now, how would that apply to you? As a Pilates studio owner, as a Pilates teacher, as running your own business, how would you manage feedback constructively? So I'm not just talking about feedback that you get from clients. It's also feedback you give to clients, to staff, to people you work with, to your team. You've got to remember that as a Pilates business owner, you're not just there to be a friend. You are there to run a business. So how can you even consider running a fantastic, profitable business when you're going to try and please everybody, or you're afraid of giving feedback, or when someone gives you maybe constructive feedback that you might actually construe as a negative feedback, you get offended? How could you run a business in that form? So in my experience, many people would say that I'm perhaps bossy, or maybe they'd say that, Anita can really be firm and direct in her messaging. Well, That's the way that I want to communicate, and that's the way that most amazing business owners run their businesses. In fact, I'm a member of a mastermind group that we meet up every week, and we're constantly looking out for feedback, and maybe that would be negative feedback. In fact, any amazing business owner is going to want to know what they're doing wrong. It's not what they're doing right that they're looking for. They want to know how they can improve their services, how they can improve their business. And in being maybe a little bit negative, or a little bit feeling a little bit intimidated, or even saying to me, Anita, come on, I am an introvert. I can't go out there and give negative feedback to people. I feel really intimidated by my clients. I feel intimidated by my clients because they've got power. Well, I'll tell you one thing, guys. I have had the pleasure to work with one of the most, if not the most, but I'd say he's one of the very, very top ones, influential billionaires in the US. And I remember teaching him for a period of time. This went on for quite a while. And I remember teaching him. And when I went in, before I went in, obviously it became overwhelming because I went to his place. He didn't come to my studio, I went to his place. And I felt intimidated by the fact that everything around me was just absolutely multi-luxurious. And then I shook it all off and I thought, hang on a minute, he's just another client. And I need to get the same respect from him as I would from any other client. And I need to show him the same respect as I would any other client. And I need to give him the same feedback that I would give to any other client. So yes, this person of power had tried to push some power against me. And I nipped it right in the bud and I went, no, I'm not taking it. I'm sorry. I am not going to accept these terms. Now, if you want to use these terms for other people, go ahead and change Pilates instructor, but this isn't the way I work. And for that, he gave me a lot more respect because he knew that I was a professional, and he knew that I knew my work and I knew my business, and he knew that I wanted to improve. And in getting negative feedback, he got a little bit pulled back, but yes, he gave me a lot more respect, and we developed a much better relationship from then on. So don't be afraid in doing these kind of deals and making negotiations with people that perhaps you feel a little bit more intimidated by. That's only an initial feeling. Shake it off. And you say, well, maybe it's too hard for me to shake it off. Guys, if you are a winner, if you are here to win, if you are here to succeed, you have to shake your own self-confidence issues off and make sure that you level up with people that are either at your level or even higher. That is the only way to success. So in giving the feedback, whether it is to your staff, whether it is to your clients, yes, I'm not saying you are a bitch, but at least you are there and direct, and you are there to tell them, this is the honest truth, this is how I operate, and this is where I want you to succeed. And if you have anyone in your team that perhaps doesn't want to take that negative feedback, maybe they don't feel that it's constructive for them, then maybe they're not willing to work within your values. And in that case, you have to look for someone who is willing to work with your values. And I say this to every single person that I work with, and whether it is my assistant, my manager, whether it is a member of staff, whether it's a teacher, whoever that might be. If you're doing something right, I'm going to make sure that I'll let you know, and I will celebrate that with you. But likewise, if there's something that I see that could be done better, I'm going to tell you that. And don't be worried and don't be feeling sick or negative about it just because I'm there telling you how to improve yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to improve yourself, you're going to improve my business, I'm going to value you more, and I'm going to make sure that I treat you better and give you better feedback. At the end of the day, we are here to improve. All of us are here to improve, whether it is ourselves, our relationships, or our businesses. We are here to make life better. The only competition you should be having here is you in your past and you in your future. So how are you going to improve if you don't look at the feedback that you are getting and create that feedback loop with the people you work with to make the successes that you want. Now guys, if you're already liking this video, I would encourage you to please love me back by hitting the like and subscribe, because this is how the algorithm of YouTube works. If you subscribe to my channel, YouTube will be able to increase the algorithm so that other people who are interested in building their Pilates business will be able to watch the videos. Now guys, moving on to the video, the next very important element, and I cannot stress this enough, it's in limiting your time, understanding the value of your own time. So you have 24 hours a day, just the same as the biggest multi-preneur billionaire in this world. You have exactly the same hours in the day as the most successful people and the most unsuccessful, the most people who are not willing to put in an ounce of work in their day. And what changes the game for most of us is how we value our time, how we fill our time with precious tasks, with tasks that are going to help us not just improve ourselves, not just improve our family relationships, but also improve our businesses. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the book, The 5 a.m. Club. Most people get up for work around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and then get on with their day. And that's the general norm, right? Some people even get up later. Well, if you want to be above the rest, if you want to be a winner, if you want a success, you got to take on the habits, these atomic business habits that most successful entrepreneurs do. And that is waking up before others do, and starting your day before others do, and making sure that you cover tasks that are super important in your priority list before others do. So in the getting up at 5:30, 5:15 in the morning, getting yourself set right before the rest of the world wakes up, then you're already having that clear vision in your head and you're prioritizing your tasks and you're already ahead of everybody else. So just making these small changes in your time, and I really totally value sleep, and it's something that I never used to, but now I really do. So if I need to get myself up earlier than everybody else, I need to make sure that I go to bed on time. And yes, if you are the only teacher in your studio and you're doing your 6 a.m. classes and then you're doing your 9 p.m. classes, then you're never gonna manage to run your day as successfully as it should be. So in that case, I would really encourage you to get help with other teachers to take up either the early slots or the evening slots. Whatever that might be, you really make sure that you split your time to have a good night's sleep, and I would really encourage you to wake up early before everybody else's time. Now, in setting your time, it just doesn't involve you waking up early. There's other chunks of time in the day that are going to be very important. So if you are being distracted by people, I'm going to go back to this Pomodoro method. I'm also going to go back to people valuing your time, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to value your time as much as you should. Okay? So give yourself the respect, the power, the privilege of chunking down your time and planning your day and planning your week and planning your month, to know that these are the days, these are the times where you have to give yourself set schedules, and this is the time for play, this is the time for rest, this is the time for work, this is the time for family. And in giving yourself these commitments, then you know how you're going to be planning your week. And you might say, oh my goodness, this is boring, I'm going to know exactly how my week is going to set up. Yes, well, if you want to be a winner, if you want to succeed in business, you need to know that your time is valuable, and you do not let yourself get distracted by people who are not going to add value to your business, or things or tasks who are not going to add value to your business. So one approach that you could really do to help you get this, really fine-tune this task or this strategy, is to get yourself known and findable everywhere. So look at me, I'm on social media, I've got accounts on Facebook and Instagram, I'm on YouTube. You can see me, I'm everywhere. However, you're not going to be able to reach me just like that and say, okay, let's have a conversation if I have no idea of what we're going to be talking about, or it's going to be something that's not going to give me value or give you value, right? So it has to be a mutual benefit. So there's a win-win situation. So I'm not going to be available to everybody just because. I want to make sure that I'm seriously of value to that person, and that then I know that I can help them by working with them. That is the only way that, guys, you can start respecting yourself and your own time. And if you had to really count how many times you've actually got distracted in the day and done stuff that is not valuable to you, you'd be so surprised how much time you've actually wasted in the day. And you're not going to be progressing if you have been wasting time. So all these little minutes add up to hours, add up to days, add up to weeks, and you won't know how many weeks of wasted time you've done in a year. Guys, this is an important strategy to follow. Next thing I want to talk about is respect. So gaining respect over being liked, going back to having these relationships with your staff or with your clients just because you want to be liked by everybody, and everybody will say what an amazing teacher she is or he is, or how amazing they are, and they really feel that they connect with us. That's absolutely brilliant. If you are in the service industry and you are building that business, then you have to show that empathy as we offer as Pilates teachers. However, in getting that mindset of wanting to be liked and not wanting to upset anybody, you're actually not doing yourself a favor. Think about how people are going to portray you. Do you want people to see you as the most knowledgeable, the most effective, the most result and goal-orientated Pilates teacher with a Pilates business, as in making sure that you create transformations for your clients? Or do you want to be seen as, she's an okay Pilates teacher, but she's really cool. She comes out with us every week. We go and have cocktails every week. We socialize. Oh, she's a really cool person. But as a Pilates teacher or as a business owner, I don't really rate her that much. But you know what? Yeah, that's just the way she is. Do you really want to be seen like that? Or do you want to be seen as, she is so knowledgeable, she knows so much about the body, she knows so much how to help you, and they're going to be referring you to so many people, not just because you go out with them every week and you go and drink cocktails every week, but because you are so good at what you do. What do you want out of it? Gain the respect. And if that means that you have to lose clients, you have to lose friends, maybe you need to lose family members, who knows? What's important is that you develop that respect to build the business, to build the level of professionalism, and then to be asked to go back and to do gigs that you've never ever dreamed of doing before. You know, this is what happens. This is reality. The more professional you become, the more you get known out there in the industry, and the more people ask you to do events, to do things, because they can see how well you're doing within your business. And if you're just going to stay within your small circle of friends, social and professional friends, then you're never going to elevate yourself to another level. So take that tip from me, because I didn't get to where I am if I didn't show my level of professionalism and my level of dedication to what I do and take my work seriously. And then next time that a client asks for something that's perhaps unreasonable, or even a member of staff asks for something that's unreasonable, think about your values before you go out there and accept disheartedly. Think about, where do I want to be? Where's my future self? Where's my future business vision? Does this align with that? And then answer in the most appropriate manner that is going to serve you and your business. And the next point is going to be about building a supportive team. I don't know about you guys, but there's this whole fad of solopreneur. Solopreneur is everywhere nowadays. I've never seen a solopreneur to go up to a 6-figure business or a 7-figure business, let alone an 8-figure business. Guys, you can't build an empire on your own. And if anybody's out there telling you that they can, they are totally pulling wool over your eyes, because at the end of the day, you are strong in numbers. You are strong in building a great supportive team, a supportive team that you value and values you back. You know, it could be a ton of subcontractors that you have on your team. It could be VAs, it could be your accountant, your marketing person, your web developer. That is still your team. So if you think that if having teachers in a Pilates studio is just part of your team, you don't need to think of Pilates teachers. You have so many people that you can offload tasks to that are going to be supporting you in your dream, in building your empire. And if you have to start, and I've said this so many times in my videos, with your cleaning people, with your admin people, with your booking people, whoever that might be. And I know if you think that artificial intelligence is here nowadays and is going to do everything for you, think about it. You know, there's so many amazing scheduling systems nowadays. So it's true. There are brilliant scheduling systems that are also CRM systems that are able to integrate with your accountancy part of the business. And yes, you think, oh my goodness, this is doing it all for me. Yes, admittedly, it's getting better and better and better, but there's not a point right now. It could happen in 10 years time, it could happen in 20 years time, but right now there isn't an AI, an artificial intelligence program that can completely get rid of all your team. It could help, it could really assist, but it could not completely get rid of your team. And it could be like, you know, AI is huge on content writing right now, AI is huge on even creating videos, but it's not going to replace a member of staff entirely. Now, if you don't want to be paying a member of staff in a full-time position, that's absolutely fine. What lots and lots and lots of Pilates studios are now doing is sharing the tasks with other businesses, with other Pilates studios. For example, I have got some of my Pilates studio owner clients or my coaching clients sharing VA services. So the same person does social media or VA services for different Pilates studios. Yes, she's an expert on the Pilates industry, and no, she is not creating competition between the studios, because one is based in Europe, the other one is based in South America, the other one is based in Australia. So at the end of the day, they are not competing against each other. And this is the beauty of what's happening with the online industry nowadays, and with having people who can do the same service for different businesses in the same industry, and it's going to save you money, it's going to save you time, but you are still building your team. And if you have a professional person like a VA, like a social media manager, like a strategist, a business strategist, like a coach, you know, at the end of the day, I'm also falling in that industry. You could still have meetings with these people, you could still show them your values, your dreams, and where you want your business to be, so that they are on board with you. That's where I'm at. You know, I'm here to give you that service. I'm here to help you get to the next level. And the other thing I really want to point out here is some teachers are coming to me now and saying to me, I'm building my team, but they can see that I'm having healthy sales, they can see that I'm getting busier, that I'm increasing the classes, and they're wanting a raise, and they want to get more money because they see that I'm making more sessions and I'm making more money. What you have to understand, and you need to explain this to your staff and to your team, whoever, regardless, whether you're teachers, whether they're anybody else in your studio, is that you are the risk taker in your business. You are the one who invests in the business. You are continuously injecting funds, injecting money to improve your business. Whether it might be opening up a brick and mortar studio, buying new equipment, taking on new policies, insurance policies, maybe working on new studios, or with improving the social media presence. So you have to invest in social media strategists and social media content strategists. managers, whatever that might be, your web developer, your business coach, whatever that might be, that is going to be an additional cost to you. And that is the risk that you're taking as a studio owner, as a business owner. So if they're only looking at your sales, at the number of sessions you're selling, they're not understanding the costs involved in running the business to create the sales to that level. They're not going to understand your profit. Just by increasing sales doesn't mean that they're actually increasing profitability. And they are two different things. Sales does not equal profit. Next is embracing lifelong learning. How many Pilates teachers do you see that take one certification, they say, well, that's it, I'm a Pilates teacher, now I know it all. I've taken 3 different certifications to become a Pilates teacher. 3 different certifications. Then I went off to learn so much more through different workshops with a ton of other different teachers, and traveled, and cost me hundreds of thousands to be able to get to the level that I'm at today. However, it just does not end with improving my own teaching techniques. It continues in the business world. It continues in learning to run my business, to continuously move with the times, and to continuously improve my services to my clients. So I'm not just learning on how to teach Pilates, I'm also learning on how to improve my business. And then that's what I do with my business skills and improving myself. And this is not something that just comes to you. Even after having an accountancy degree, I went off and I continued to study. I studied more about marketing. I studied more about sales. I studied more about social media, and I'm continuously learning to this date. I never stop, and that's what adds value to me. Now, my question to you is, where does your learning journey end? How many courses have you taken to become a teacher? How many courses have you taken to improve your technique? Now, the real question is, how many courses have you taken to improve your business? How many business coaches have you worked with? Do you think that you can run your business on your own? I'm just giving you a little taster here of what it's like to run a Pilates business, and to run a Pilates business with multiple channels of income. And if you're really resonating with what I'm saying, I would really encourage you to get on a discovery call with me. It's not going to cost you anything. We're going to find out a little bit more about whether I can be of service to your business, whether I can help you improve that business, learn a little bit more about where you're at today and where you want to be, and help you get to that level. Because at the end of the day, I've mentioned this multiple times, you can't run your business on your own. And no matter how much time you try to spend learning on your own, you're going to get there so much faster, with so much more commitment, with so much more drive, because you have got someone who can hold you accountable, and you've got someone who has so much knowledge about the industry and has already been there, he's already experienced where you're at, and can lead you to a better, more dynamic future you. So if you're interested to do this, hit the link below, click on the link, book onto your discovery call, and then I'll see you on the other side. Now, finally, before I leave you, I want to share the one last tip that I think is crucial, absolutely crucial. If you want to deliver, if you want to have the most amazing life with the most amazing business, you have to start really making these changes now. And that is prioritizing your physical and mental well-being. So whether that might be doing some mindful meditation, whether that might be practicing some Pilates, or if it's not Pilates, go and practice yoga, whatever movement that might be that is going to fill your cup, whatever thing it is, whether it's strength training, whatever it is, maybe you want to go out in the fresh air, you want to go for a run, whatever it is, to keep that mindset going, to create that frame of mind that is a winning frame of mind, that gives you the drive to get through your day, to give you the drive to motivate yourself and other people. That is your first priority. Put that in your schedule. Honestly, just write it down. Stop the video, pause the video, go ahead and write down the next week's personal development things you're going to be focusing on. And commit to it. We're in a new year now. This is the perfect time for you to start creating this winner strategy. This is what all winners do. All winners really thrive in prioritizing themselves first. So if you don't feel that you have that commitment, or maybe you feel that you could easily slip the track because you're going to do this on your own, find an accountability partner. Heck, comment on the link below. Tell me after watching this video, what is going to be your next step in making these changes, making these physical, mental, and business changes. It's so important that you start prioritizing yourself over everybody else. I've already said this in this video and multiple times. Winners prioritize themselves first. So being exhausted and think that you're going to be serving the world and thinking that you're a hero is really not a winner's mindset. I thought that multiple times in building my business. I thought, I'm here, I'm a martyr, I'm here to really help everybody. I'm not looking after myself, but my goal is to help everybody. No, that didn't get me anywhere. What that got me is mental and physical exhaustion and a series of failures. So you don't want to be going through that mindset either. You really prioritize yourself. So by integrating these strategies into your daily routines, you are going to be guaranteed success, whether that's going to be in your personal life or whether it's going to be in your professional Pilates business. You are going to be running your Pilates entrepreneurship life with grace and with so much more confidence and a brilliant attitude. Embrace this journey with patience, persistence, and as Joe Pilates says, perseverance. And fill your hearts with what you want to do. I hope you liked this video, guys. And if you did like it, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, guys, goodbye for now.